Change. The word alone can be challenging. How do we get started? Where will the change lead? Don't sit there and worry about it. Be the change. Welcome to Be the Change Radio. Host Kristina Bloom has been a professional psychic and spiritual advisor for 20 years, offering psychic and mediumship readings for individuals and groups. She also teaches several classes in psychic development and metaphysics. In addition, she is an author who has published 2 books so far and is the co-owner of Moonbow Publications and Productions, LLC. Are you ready for that change now? Here is your host of Be the Change Radio, Kristina Bloom.
Hey everybody, good night. Welcome to Be the Change Radio. I'm Kristina Bloom. I'm your host, and you are listening to us at WLTK-DB.com, Paranormal Talk Radio. I'm really glad that you're here with me tonight. I do not have a guest because I decided it was time to introduce myself to you guys after a year. So, in the chat, I will just be taking questions. Whatever questions you want to put in the chat, that's what I will be doing tonight. I will be taking care of that. Otherwise, you're just going to listen to me ramble on about all the other cool stuff I do. So let's start with that. This coming Saturday, I will be at Harvest Fest at the DNA Hemp Farm, and that is outside of West Bend, Wisconsin. And you can find that on my Facebook page. I will be sharing that event again and again and again all week long. So you will be able to find it there. And then later in the month, I am headed out to upstate New York. Going to be working with the Adirondack Park Paranormal Society to do their haunted house, which is, I mean, I'm seeing the pictures. I'm feeling kind of bad because I'm not there helping them build it, but wow, what an amazingly creative group of people. They are just building like this coolest thing. If you are in upstate New York, well, okay, the upper northeastern corner of upstate New York, really, it's in South Colton. Stop by. It is so going to be worth it. We will do our best to make sure that you have an incredible haunted house experience. So super, super excited about that. And I will also be at Dark Waters Paranormal Conference in Plattsburgh, New York. And that will be the 21st, 22nd of October. So I am excited about doing that and hanging out with those people that are also part of Paraflix too. So there's a lot of fun stuff going on out there. I will be also available for phone readings and psychic readings over the Zoom on and off, but definitely over the phone. And I will be happy to share that information with you in just a moment here. I'm getting in there and trying to share this link with you guys. So let's see, I didn't get it shared to like all of my pages and groups, and I already did that. So I'm really, really hoping that you guys are going to be joining me here, or I'm going to be sitting here talking to myself for a while. Let's talk about, I'm teaching a dragon class this month. That'll be fun. A class on how to identify different dragons and how to go into the dragon realm energetically and work with the dragons there. Find out if you have a dragon guide. That's always fun. So we will be doing that, I believe, on the 20th. Let me just double check my calendar here. I want to make sure I give you the right information. And yes, on the 20th. And that will be over Zoom. So it'll be at 7:30 Central Time. And that's going to be a lot of fun too. So I'm super excited about that. And I am still sharing this like all over the place because I don't see anybody asking questions yet. So there we go. And All right. You know, we just walked out of Mercury retrograde yesterday. So we're still in the period, I forget what they call it, where it's slowing down and kind of starting to get back to normal for the next week. But this has been a rough one for a lot of people. And I don't normally get all that crazy about Mercury retrograde. I mean, it happens 3 times a year. We're all used to it. It comes and goes, whatever. This one was really hard for a lot of people. And I noticed that a lot of the people that normally are not affected by it, we're just like, is it over yet? Is it over yet? Because I am really tired of getting my backside kicked. So it is over. And hopefully electronics, at least that's been my issue. Electronics. I don't know how many times my phone died in the last 3 weeks. It's been crazy. So yeah, a lot of opening up and a lot of all that kind of stuff too. And I am not an astrologer. I just read up on it. So, I mean, anything I'm telling you, you can probably pick up on your Facebook feed if you are tuned into that sort of thing. But October is supposed to be a month where like all of this stuff just releases because we have planets going direct. There's another portal coming up, and I don't know. I think astrology is just kind of going crazy lately. It seems like there's always portals and that sort of thing too. Hi, Robin. Robin, yay, dragons. Shaylee, how are you? Hello. I'm great. I'm great. I hope that you're great too. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, Shaylee says I hope you're pronouncing your name right. It's going to be intense for sure. I agree completely. There's going to be a lot of releasing, more and more shifting. And I feel like actually the shifting that's going to happen has already happened. It's just people following through on decisions that they've made through the shifting. So from the outside looking in, it's probably going to look like a lot of people have just lost their minds and up and did something, but they've been thinking about it for a while. So, and she says Mars is going retrograde on the 30th. If you have more information about that, can I bring you on the show? Because I don't have much information about that. But if you do, I'd love to have you come on and explain that. I don't know really what Mars retrograde indicates. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Shaylee, if you want to be on the show, just say yes. And then I will have my producer send you a link so that you can sign in, because I'd love to hear what you have to say about that. I know that there's just a whole lot of stuff going on, and there's a lot of shifting, like I said before, and there are a lot of people who are just moving lately. I've seen a lot of people like literally moving house, like moving from one place to another. And it's really interesting how so many people are doing that and switching jobs, and so much stuff. Oh, she's in a spot where she can't join us at the moment. But hey, I would love to have you come on, because if you know more about astrology than I do, I'd love to have you come on and talk to us about it. That'd be great. Let's see. Dragons. Hey, Robin, how are you feeling? I know that it's you had a little bit of a rough time there. I'm just checking in. How are you feeling? And so I'm kind of stuttering and talking in circles, and I apologize for that. I am not really very focused at the moment. I am really excited, though, about how much further into the ascension process that we are. We have been going through this ascension now for, seems like forever, I think. It kind of feels like it's been forever that we've been going through this ascension process. But we are getting to the point where more and more people are starting to understand their own personal journeys. And for those of you who've been following Robin since she had an accident, she said she's doing much better now. Thank you. So I just want to let everyone know that. Let's see. Shaylee says Mars will be in Gemini until March, and it already does not like that sign. Mars wants to chop your head off, not talk. Oh my goodness. It is in this sign for an unusually long amount of time. Okay, that sounds a little scary. Yikes. Wow. I don't know. I keep trying to look at like the most positive part of everything. So when it goes retrograde, it's going to be intense. Watch out for your finances or for cyber attacks. Yeah, cyber attacks are already going crazy. I think every one of my social media accounts has been either duplicated or hacked or something. And I hope that that's not the case for a lot of people, but I have been seeing that it is. You'd think that people would find better things to do with their time than to hack other people's social media accounts, but whatever. So as we're going through October, it does feel like October is going to break loose a whole bunch of stuff, and it's supposed to be really good for finances and relationships and finding new relationships if you're looking for one, and reinforcing the positives in existing relationships. And that's just what I've been reading as I have been, going through my Facebook page and all of that. So yeah, retrogrades are not always bad. We can use them to learn and grow. Mars will be going into retrograde, Robin, on, I think she said October 30th, right? I think that's what she said. Mars will be in Gemini. Two new comments. Libra season. I take it you're a Libra. That's cool. Yeah, getting out of Virgo season too. And I am a Virgo, and I love Virgos. I think that we are just awesome people. And I'm pretty sure that whoever writes a lot of the astrology stuff is not a Virgo and doesn't like them, because there's always so negative about Virgos. But Libra is more of a season of balance, where Virgo is more a season of focus. So I get that too. And going into balance, and plus just being the fall of the year, we're in October right now. It's more comfortable. It's not as hot. Oh, she's a Pisces in love with a Libra. Okay, cool. Congratulations. That's cool. So, October is a lot of people's favorite month, because we are getting into all of the stuff that no bugs, like the mosquitoes are dying, and we really like it when the mosquitoes die. All right. So Logan is just checking in, because after this show, then we, of course, have the paranormal room. And our topic this week is cryptids. So if you have a story about cryptids, jump on after this show. We switch it over. So we have to sign out and sign back in, and then you can come into the paranormal room chat and share your stories with us. A Virgo moon and rising. She loves astrology. I see that. I love astrology too. I just haven't taken the time to learn it. So I really appreciate that you have. Yeah, Logan just popped in and said that he has some cryptid stories that he wants to share with people. And I would hope that the rest of you would join us if you have cryptid stories too. So let's see. All right. I keep getting these stupid pop-up windows. I think I'd figure that out by now. Anyway, with October being here and it being Libra season, more balance, cooler weather, less cranky people. We've got Halloween coming up, and then we've got the fall season with all the beautiful leaves and all of that this month. So this is actually, I was born in September, but October is actually my favorite month, because of all of the changes in the weather and I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. So, oh boy, Ascension. That's what I was getting back to. Ascension symptoms. Maybe I should have had more coffee today. We have a lot of stuff going on with Ascension right now, and a lot of people are starting to feel like they're coming out the other side. And yet I'm still talking to a whole bunch of people, kind of on a pretty regular basis, who are just starting to open up their conscious spirituality. And hello, Facebook user. I don't see a name, but I'm glad that you're here. And let's see. Anthony popped in on a different window and wants to know, are people going to be less cranky? I actually haven't been running into cranky people. So for me, I guess it's fine. I would think so, though. I would think that people would be less cranky because there's less stress. I have been talking to a lot of people who are not sleeping, and I'm one of them. I have been existing on 2 or 3 hours of sleep a night. And so it's been kind of difficult for a lot of people with that. 90 minutes of sleep isn't real good on a whole day. So there's that going on. So I'm hoping that as we're coming out of Mercury retrograde and all of these other retrogrades during the month, that people will be getting more sleep and be, I don't know, get along easier, I guess, with each other. That would be really good. I've got more messages coming in. Okay. So Anthony is the Facebook user. Okay, you can actually go in the chat, Anthony, and then I wouldn't have to keep switching back and forth. So yeah, that we have a lot of stuff just happening in the universe, and it feels like it's just been nonstop for a while, doesn't it? I mean, it's for at least the last 10 years. It just feels like we've been going nonstop on this stuff forever, just going through over and over and over with all of these awakenings and these ascension symptoms. And, and then we had the pandemic, which had nothing to do with the virus. And that was really about sit down, shut up, and face what's going on with you. And sorry to be that crass about it, but we all, not all of us, but a lot of us had the opportunity to just stop and just face ourselves throughout that. And a lot of people did not like what they saw, and a lot of people did. So as we're going through this whole ascension thing, and I feel like it's a nonstop thing, I don't feel like we're ever going to get to ascension. Like we're not going to reach this pinnacle and go, oh, the earth is ascended. I just don't see that happening, at least not in my lifetime. But we can be more conscious about how we're living life, and we can be more conscious about how we're treating people and treating ourselves. That's another thing that I've noticed, is that people are treating themselves better. I've noticed that people are eating better for the most part, at least some people. I think a lot of people are, and I guess I feel really blessed because I am in contact with people all over the planet. And a lot of people are kind of saying the same things, is that people are taking better care of themselves, because we figured out that living sick is not only not fun, but if you happen to live in the US, it's incredibly expensive to be sick. So, eating better is always a start. People getting up and moving and walking, and people who weren't doing it before, and really kind of pushing themselves through the pain, the physical pain, because if you haven't been active for a while and then you start getting active, of course, there's going to be some physical pain. And so it's walking through all of that too. And so, that's a good comment. I'm gonna get right back to that. But taking care of ourselves sometimes means disciplining ourselves. And I'm seeing more and more people doing that and being more comfortable with that. And I'm seeing more people step out of their shells and, writing books and having radio shows and podcasts, and people who are really just honoring themselves. I think a lot more. I think that there's a whole lot of that going on. Let's see. Shaylee says we don't have to like each other in order to love each other. And did I miss Robin's question? Oh, when is Mars going retrograde? I thought she said October 30th, but now I don't see it. Is that right, Shaylee? Did you? Oh, yeah, there it is. Mars is going retrograde on the 30th. It's in the comments there. So, yeah, October 30th. Okay. So if anyone has any questions or comments, any wisdom that you would like to share, I am more than happy to read your comments or send you a link or whatever. But we have so much good stuff going on the planet right now that we really just need to focus on that. And we always have the opportunity to focus positive or negative. And I don't know. I just know that I'm happier when I focus positive. Does that mean that the bad stuff doesn't exist? No, but it's also not getting fed energy from me. Really what we focus on is what we get. And we create our own little universe, our own little worlds with our thoughts, with our feelings, with the way that we conduct our lives, with the way that we treat people. And with our, whether we're responsible or irresponsible, everything that we do, say, feel, think creates our lives. And if you can take that from individual and then expand it out and then expand it out some more and then expand it out some more, then you can see how we are all contributing to the creation of the world that we have. And the more that we focus on how horrible things are, the more horrible things are, because that's what we see, that's what we focus on. So, it's really about how do we focus on something positive without pretending that the negative doesn't exist. But you can't fix something from what was that Albert Einstein quote? You can't fix a problem from the level of thinking that created it, I think is how it goes. That's a paraphrase. I'm pretty sure I don't have it exactly right. But that's what I'm getting at, though, is that the more that we can focus on the positive aspects, the more that we can create more positive aspects. And if you want to do a little bit of an experiment, walk through your day, smile at every person you see, and see if you actually get smiles back. Because I hear a lot of people say, I walk around and everybody's just grumpy and nobody smiles. I'm like, did you? Did you smile? I smile at everybody. It's probably annoying, but I do. I smile at everybody. Hey, Nikki, you want to hop on? I could use another voice up here. Anyway, Nikki's my part-time co-host. So, if she's willing to hop on, I'm happy to have her. So anyway, that's what the ascension thing for me feels like it's getting to, is because we are growing, we are being more positive, and we are having more and more people who are, she's going to do that tomorrow. Okay. Positive attitudes bring on more positive attitudes. Absolutely. The smiling tomorrow. Awesome. I love doing that. I mean, if nothing else, it just makes people stop and take attention, And who always smiles back? Kids. Little kids almost always smile back because they're not all encumbered with all this junk that we've been collecting our whole lives, right? So little kids, you want to see a beautiful smile at any random little kid. They will smile back, almost guaranteed. So that's lots and lots of fun. Let's see, where was I going with this? I'm rambling. Sorry about that. Ascension stuff. Oh, yeah. I was going to talk about some of the ascension symptoms that, when I first started talking about ascension symptoms a few years ago, it was a lot of physical symptoms. And I think we're still having some of those physical symptoms. We're still seeing upticks in some of the autoimmune things that are going on. And I'm in the middle of cooking dinner. Yes, I'm totally cool with you hopping on next week. Nikki's joining us next week. Yay! Awesome. So I'm seeing a lot fewer of people just having like random physical symptoms without any type of understanding about why they're having the physical symptoms. I mean, that seems to be less and less and less because we are maybe just understanding more, but also because people are vibrating at a higher level and just kind of moving up out of that, and there's still plenty of people who are struggling. And I am so sorry for everyone who's struggling with any type of physical ailment, because it does make life more difficult. But I'm seeing fewer of it. I'm seeing less of it. I'm also seeing more people who are, let's see, we're going to go to the mental health realm now, because more and more people are reaching out for help, whether it's depression or anxiety or whatever it is that people are struggling with. More and more people are reaching out for help with that. And the mental aspect of health is becoming less and less stigmatic. What's the word there? But I'm watching people just going, you know what, I need help and I'm going to go get it. And I'm seeing more and more support groups like on social media, where people can jump in and just go, I just need a fresh perspective. I need someone to show me a different way to think about this. And it's really, I think people are helping themselves more and more. Stigmatized. Thank you. I'm feeling like people are helping themselves and each other more and more. And I really feel like that is the best thing that has come out of that 2-year pause that we had for the pandemic. It's been really, for a lot of people, it's been hard. And for other people, it was like, oh, I got to take a breath. I finally got to take a breath. And so, it is different for everyone. And it is different for different types of people, different types of jobs, because there were some people who, they just worked right through the whole thing. And other people got to work from home. Other people lost their jobs. But when we're talking from a health aspect and from a mental health aspect, what it did was open the door for more and more people to reach out to get help and to realize that I have been, some people have been just like, I've been on a treadmill for years and didn't know it until I stepped off. And then once they stepped off that treadmill, it's like, well, now what do I do? It's been really interesting to be able to work with a lot of people who have been through that. And yeah, the pandemic, I love Nikki. I love this. The pandemic forced us to see each other more, like really see each other, even though we couldn't get close. It forced us to slow down. Exactly. It forced us to slow down and be able to look at ourselves and at other people. And, oh, yeah, we all got tired of Zoom. What is that? A Zoom? There's a name for it, where people are just tired of Zoom fatigue, I think is what they called it, where we were really tired of being on camera and looking at ourselves all the time. And I totally understand that. I completely understand that. On the other hand, it did make me start taking better care of myself so that I felt like I look better on camera too. So there's that aspect too. There's always a silver lining, right? There's a different way that we can look at things every single time. And with that, I think I'm going to take a break and collect my thoughts, and then I'll be back. Thanks.
Ellie Weisensel's psychic medium is a medical intuitive that specializes as a body code practitioner. As an energy healer, Ellie offers additional services that allow her modalities to be intertwined with energetic healing. Within your subconscious lies information that knows everything about you and why you deal with specific conditions. The subconscious can be considered the blueprint to your entire body. With Ellie working physically with your subconscious mind, we detect what negative emotions are trapped and where they are stored within the body that is causing you your emotional and physical pain. This work is designed to remove imbalances and correct them energetically, getting to the root cause of why you have your condition, to help balance your body so it may heal itself. Your body is infinitely wise and wants to be in balance. The body code is not only gentle for humans, but it is also a gentle process to help animals. For more information, contact Ellie Weisensel at the website below.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It's 28 minutes past the hour. I'm Kristina Bloom and you are listening to Be the Change Radio on WLTK-DB.com, Paranormal Talk Radio. Let's see, I'm answering questions today. So just go ahead and throw your questions at me. This is Get to Know Your Host Day. I'm your host, get to know me. And I want to give a shout out to Ellie. I got to meet her this weekend. What a cool lady. She is such a sweetheart. We were at the same psychic fair this weekend, and she was right across from me. So we were able to see each other and talk to each other all day. It was absolutely beautiful. She's just a lovely, lovely lady. And next time I see her, I'm going to get that body code thing done. I think there's something to learn there. Nikki wants to know, hey, Kristina, why is Halloween your favorite holiday? Do you have any traditions? Halloween is my favorite holiday because I get to play. That's really the bottom line. I get to play. I get to dress up. I love seeing the kids dress up and walk around. There's no tension. There's no real expectations. Like when we're looking at like, oh, Christmas, let's just pull Christmas out of the hat. There's all this family tension stuff, and there's, oh, we have to pack up the kids and go here, and there's buying presents and blah, 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 blah. None of that. Halloween is just fun. And that's why it's my favorite holiday. The most positive response I've gotten from someone in spirit, Tristan, it's the best holiday. I know. Tristan celebrates Halloween all year long. I love that. Tristan and Ashley, his lovely wife, Ashley, they celebrate all year long. They celebrate Halloween. I love it. The most positive response that I have gotten from someone in spirit, actually had quite a few positive responses from people from those in spirit. And one of the most positive ones was we were doing a clearing on a top floor condo, like a penthouse condo overlooking Lake Michigan. And a sea captain was very glad that we were there because he needed some help. And he came running through a wall and bear hugged me. And I just thought that was really sweet. That was a really sweet thing. So that was one of them. Positive. I have so many positive responses. And I guess you could really look at it as was it a positive outcome, or was it a positive interaction, or was it both? And I have a lot of positive interactions with spirit. I really just like talking with those in spirit, because I get a lot of calls about there's so much activity going on in my house and my kids are upset. And, really, it's usually because this spirit is upset about something. I did a house cleansing once where the spirit was actually trapped in the house because people kept putting on layers of protection, but they didn't clear the house first. So there was a spirit trapped in the house just trying to get out. And he was so sad that the kids who were around him, like, just got sad all the time because of that. That you were there. That sounds like Keith talking. Okay. So yeah, Robin says, yeah, Christmas is very stressful. And it really is for a lot of people. And it's supposed to be like the happiest time of the year. And I think that we just put so much on different holidays that they're just not as much fun anymore. And with Halloween, like, there's no pressure. There's no pressure. Just put on your dad's old clothes and go out for a walk. Happy Halloween. There you go. It's all easy. And so there's so much that I love about this time of year, but I do this work all year round. It isn't just in October that I do this work. For some people, Halloween is a religious holiday. Let's see. There's the I have gone to Samhain celebrations and Day of the Dead celebrations, or whatever. And, there's lighting of candles and saying, greeting the spirits. And there are a lot of those types of things around the holiday. I don't have any particular religion, and that means I also don't have a pagan religion. I'm not Wiccan. I'm not a witch. I honor all religions. So for me, it's not so much a religious holiday, but I know that for some people it is. And I honor that as well. I love going to, the fire circles and the drum circles and all of those kinds of things. And, this year there's a witches ball going on in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I'm not going to be able to make it. I have a previous commitment that I'm also very excited about. So, but it's really fun when people can just get together and celebrate without all of the heavy stuff attached to it. I think that so someone's asking, is the veil actually thinner towards Halloween? And I'm going to say yes, only because where attention goes, energy flows, right? So a lot of people put intention into there being a thinner veil around Halloween or on Halloween, or, All Hallows Eve, as people call it. And so the more attention that goes to it, the more of it is created, right? It's just multiple energy put towards it. I know that I can only talk from my experience, and my experience is Midwest American. So that's where my information is coming from. And I realize that that doesn't represent everyone. And if you actually want something else represented, please jump on. And I will be happy to share whatever it is that you want to put on there. Yes, it is focus. And it's not just one person focusing, it's so many people focusing that creates a thinner veil. But we have a thinner veil than ever before anyway. So this year is going to be really interesting. Tristan says, we love Halloween because of that is when me and Ashley met. The kids come around and enjoy our house and what we put into it. So much fun. Okay. I watched the video of Tristan and Ashley opening up the box for their, I don't know, how tall is that skeleton, Tristan? It's like, I don't know, is it like 15 or 16 feet tall? It looks huge. But yeah, they go all out and decorate, and he posts, it's a 12-foot skeleton that they have in there. So yeah, it is a lot of fun, I think, for a lot of people. So Keith, are you asking if I'm doing a seance on Halloween? Or whoever Facebook user is, but I'm pretty sure it's Keith. I am doing a seance on Halloween, but I'm doing it at a private party this year. So it's actually on the 29th. So on the 29th, I will be doing one. I might do one on the 30th, like on Zoom. I don't really have a place to do one, but I might do one on the 30th because I think Halloween falls on a Saturday this year. So, or no, I'm sorry, the 29th is a Saturday. Halloween falls on a Monday. So I guess I could do a Monday one, but most people don't want to do Zooms on Mondays. They've been doing it all day already. So yeah, I love Halloween. I love dressing up and playing and having fun with the kids. And I'm actually in a neighborhood where it looks like we're going to have actual trick-or-treaters for the first time and I don't even know how long. So I'm excited about that. And let's see what we got going on here. All righty. Okay, that is for the next show, so we will get to that momentarily. I feel like when people just get together and have fun, it always brightens things, and it's kind of the kickoff to the whole winter holiday season. I know I've missed having trick-or-treaters. Tristan says that's awesome about the trick-or-treaters. You will love it. I do. I love watching the kids, just especially the little ones, you know, where they come up and yeah. Yeah. Tristan, if your skeleton is together, could you post it on my page so that people can see it? That would be great. As I know you guys were so excited about picking up that skeleton. I'd love to see it. So anyway, so that's Halloween, and it kicks off kind of the whole holiday season. It's kind of light and fun and silly, and at the same time, it can also be very serious and for a lot of people, religious experience. Again, I have that experience all year round. I don't narrow it down to 1 month. It's just October seems to be a pretty busy month for psychics, and I totally understand why. You know, it's like our season, and we're having fun with it. And oh boy, back to ascension. Oh, you know what? Let's touch on manifesting, because I'm feeling like manifestations are coming faster for people, but we're kind of sloppy in our thinking. I think a lot of us, when we are manifesting and just, you know, putting out, oh, okay, well, this is the thing that I want, but I don't really think that I can have it. Tristan, we just get crazier this month. Yeah, you're right. We do. You know, one of these days I'm going to show up on Tristan's front porch with my little bag and say trick or treat, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Not this year though. All right, manifesting. Anyone who wants to kick in on manifesting, please put it into the chat and I will be happy to share. I think that we're sloppy about it though, you know. Yes, whatever ID land is, feel free to manifest a trip there. Okay, I'm teasing someone. Sorry. I know it's a typo. It's supposed to be Ireland. So we are just, as we're manifesting, we just need to be more intentional about it. We need to be more clear about it. And we also need to not shoot ourselves in the foot by thinking we can't have what we're trying to manifest. With all of the shifting energies, with the ascension, there is a shift in the way that we manifest, because it used to be all about hard work, nose to the grindstone. And it's not like we don't do the work. I'm not saying that. It's not like we just sit around twiddling our thumbs waiting for something to happen. That is not the case. So for me, manifesting is putting intention in there, putting intention out there, out to the universe, and just being grateful. And not just grateful for what I'm focusing on, but grateful for just everything. And I have my whole gratitude list that I go through, and I keep adding to it. And every day I always have something to be grateful for. Not only am I grateful because I have this nice roof over my head, I'm also grateful because I have a way to contact you. I have a way to do this show. I am grateful for the producer, like the world's best producer, man. He's awesome. I am grateful for that. And Keith, I'm not ready to talk about that publicly yet. So no, I'm not going to answer that question. Nikki says, I feel like everyone has a different definition of how to manifest. How do you manifest, Kristina? I manifest by, first of all, understanding that I can have anything that I want. That doesn't mean I'm getting it today. Okay. Sometimes I have to grow into the things that I want. Sometimes I have to take the time to work on me and heal myself or grow myself. Maybe it's not even healing. Maybe it's growing. There are some things like 2 years ago, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this. I wasn't ready for it. I hadn't grown into it yet. But now I have grown into it, and I am loving it. I am loving being able to get on Be the Change with you guys and to share with you guys and to just be able to bring you so many amazing people with so many amazing stories and so many amazing ways to help people. And I just love that. And I'm so grateful to be able to do this. I would not have been able to do this 2 years ago. 1 year ago, I started, and I was a lot rustier than I am now. Although if you're listening to this today, you're probably going, sounding pretty rusty now. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I finally became okay with being real. Okay. So anybody who knows anything about astrology, you guys are going to love this. I have 8 Virgos in my astrology chart. So, when it comes to perfectionism, right there, right there with the perfectionism thing. And I am learning to let go of that. I am learning to allow myself to be human, because when I can't allow myself to be human, I'm not helping anybody. Because if I'm sitting here talking to you guys and I have this need to be perfect about every word that comes out of my mouth, I'm going to be so focused on the perfection that you're not going to get anything out of what I'm saying. So, for me, just to be able to grow into being comfortable, just being me, just being my goofy, silly, sassy, sometimes snarky self, but always my loving self, and bringing that through, just being me. I feel like that was a huge growth where I could step into something like this. And I would urge all of you to do the same thing, to get comfortable with yourself, to just really be okay with who you are, and then bring the best of that to whatever you're doing. Nikki, thank you. 8 times Virgo, you're doing fantastic. I'm working on just being me too, and it's not always so easy, which is weird, isn't it? Isn't it weird that to be ourselves is so difficult? This seems like the most natural thing in the world. Why would we not want to be ourselves? Seriously, if you guys have not met Nikki, She is one of the most amazing people I have ever known. And her mom too, Robin. Her dad too. He's a pretty cool guy. I like him too. So, there's all of that. All right. Laptop story was brought up because this is a really good story, actually. In 2010, I had not gotten control of my own energy. And during that time, I blue screened 4 computers in 1 year, gone. So I was still trying to run this business, didn't have a smartphone yet. Well, I think I had an old BlackBerry or something. It was not working to run a business. And I kept trying to manifest money to buy a laptop, and it wasn't working. And at some point it dawned on me, and I'm pretty sure it was my spirit guide saying, hey, we're talking to you. Are you listening yet? You don't need money. You need a laptop. So I'm like, okay, thank you, universe, for bringing me a laptop. I had no idea. It was, I don't know, wasn't too much after that. I went to dinner at a friend's house, and somebody said, does anybody need a laptop? I bought this one and I can't use it. Please, thank you. I'll take it. And that laptop got me through the next 2 years. And it wasn't a big fancy one. It was one of those, actually, those very small little tiny ones, but it got me through. And it got me to the next step. And I have always been super grateful for that. Let's see. It's so weird. It shouldn't be hard, but the older we get, the harder it is to be ourselves. Robin, I'm finally getting comfortable with myself. You know what, Robin? I agree with you so much, but it's like, why did we have to get into our 50s before we finally got comfortable with ourselves? I have to say, I know a whole bunch of people who are a whole lot younger than me, and they are so much more confident in who they are. They are so much more confident in just being themselves. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Tristan says, it is the people we are around sometimes. Yeah, sometimes it is the people that we're around, and in different situations and in different arenas, sometimes we have to put on a mask and we have to be more professional or, whatever. And we can't always be silly and goofy like I am most of the time. So I get that. Sometimes it's the people that we're around. And when you're at work, you have to behave like you're at work. I get that. And that's okay, because that's just being an adult. That's not even being fake. That's just being an adult. I've always wondered, even though it took me into my 40s and 50s to feel really comfortable with who I am, I always wondered why I wasn't comfortable with who I am. I always wondered why is it so hard just to be myself? And as I practiced, experimented with opening up and being myself, the more I found that people went, oh, me too. Thank you for saying that. Because when we're always trying to hide who we authentically are, we're not reaching the people that we need to reach or who need us to reach them. So I'm going to just encourage all of you, be yourself. Be yourself. And the right people will always find you when you are being yourself. And I know Tristan and I have talked about this too, because he lives in a place where it's difficult to be who he is. And him and Ashley both, because he lives in the Bible Belt, and there's not a lot of, leeway in that area to be metaphysical or to be spiritual, but not religious. And kudos to both of them, because they just stand up and say, I am who I am, deal. And I love that. We need more people doing that. And it can be really uncomfortable if you are in a position like that, because in that position, it can be, that can be tough sometimes when we're in that position. But I absolutely, like, when I meet somebody and they are totally themselves, it just gives me more openness to be completely myself. I recently have been in contact with some new people that I've met on the internet. And, at first you're very polite and you're very, like watching your language and no swearing and as we've gotten to know each other, it's like all bets are off. We are just goofy, silly, fun, it's just a blast. But we also had to give each other permission to say, you know what? It's okay to do that. Be who you are. Be 100% who you are. Don't hide anything. And I really feel like when we can do that for ourselves, we give other people permission to do it too for themselves. This is just, I have been talking like nonstop. This is a little bit weird. Looking forward to have Nikki on next week because she could pick up some of this. And I love working with Nikki because she's so much fun. All right, so I have been talking for a really long time, and we have about 5 minutes yet before we go off and switch over to the paranormal room. And so let's see, I had another message come in. Ooh, yeah, we're going to have so much fun. Anyway, so why don't we just end here with kind of I've been kind of high energy here, a little bit, maybe manic. Caffeine, what can I say? See, got my caffeine. Where's my camera? Got my caffeine. So what I'd like to do is just, I don't know what's up for next week yet. Nikki is up for next week. We haven't decided yet. So Nikki and I will talk this coming week and we will decide what's on next week. So let's just do a little bit of a guided meditation as we kind of mellow out and come down a bit with the energy. And yeah, we will chat. Cool. All right. So you know what? Just kick back. If you're not driving and you're not doing anything dangerous like heavy machinery or cooking, just kick back and close your eyes and just relax and breathe into your belly. Hold it for a moment and then release it. And just let your shoulders fall. You know, just let your... But breathe into your belly because that relaxes you. When you breathe into your chest, it's more like hyping up. You know, that's kind of what you want to do as you're getting ready to work out or something. So breathe into your belly. And just relax. And as you're leaning back and you're relaxing and you're just kind of taking some nice, easy breaths, just start at the top of your head and just relax all of the muscles around your skull, down through your forehead and your face. Relax your jaw and your tongue. Just kind of let that relax. Relaxing your neck. Maybe move it around. Get some of that stiffness out. Let your arms fall. Just feel the heaviness of your arms as they're just falling and you're not holding any tension in them. And just keep breathing and just relax your chest and your shoulders. Relaxing your back and your abdomen. Relaxing down through your low back, your hips. And every time that you exhale, just feel more of your muscles relaxing as you're kind of sinking into the surface that you're sitting on or lying down on. Relaxing down through your legs. And just keep breathing and just keep relaxing the muscles as you go down your legs, through your knees, through your shins, and into your ankles and feet. Maybe rotate your ankles around a little bit, release some of that tension. And on the next breath, just release the rest of the tension through the bottoms of your feet or the tips of your toes, whatever feels right. And just relax and enjoy that feeling of not holding your muscles tensely, but just relaxing and just feeling a little bit heavy. All the way down. And now that you're relaxed, just take one more deep breath and visualize or feel or intend a good night's sleep, just so that you can get some proper rest as we're coming out of this Mercury retrograde. We're getting back to our normal sleep. If you had normal sleep or, improved sleep, if your normal sleep hasn't been good, just relaxing into it. But pay attention for one more hour because we are coming up next in the paranormal room. Thank you, everyone, so much. And Nikki and I will see you next week.